Good morning YouTube, my name's EB and today we'll be going over all the requests in the Lentil Seafloor Undersea. A light in the depths. For this one we're going to take the left split path to where we start descending towards the Whale Lord. Once we start descending we're going to look for a Sharpedo passing around us, then we're going to look for a Lantern swimming around. There he is. Now we're going to throw Lumina Orb at Lantern and he's going to swim down and Sharpedo's going to follow. There we go. And there's the Sharpedo. Now we're going to keep an eye on these Frillish over here and wait for Whale Lord to pass. Once he passes, we're going to throw a Lumina Orb forward because the Frillish have taken Lantern captive. This will give Lantern enough power to escape. There we go. I took a picture just to take a picture, but now we're going to follow Lantern. We're going to turn around 180. And Lantern will turn around, be happy, smile, and bob. Take a picture of that. Now you can quit and submit. A new way to dance. This one's going to be done in the area with the seaweed. Once you're here, there should be a bunch of Cradily everywhere. You're going to throw a Fluff Fruit at one to wake it up. There we go. Once it's fully awake, you're going to throw a Lumina Orb at it to make it stretch its neck and then play some music. Now you can take a picture and submit. A ring of bubbles. This one's going to be done right at the beginning. You should see an Aloma Momola and Love Disc. You're going to throw a Lumina Orb at Aloma Momola. Once Love Disc starts throwing bubbles, you're going to throw a Lumina Orb at her as well, and you should see an interaction. You're going to take a picture of Aloma Momola with Love Disc in the photo while the bubble's being blown. Now you can quit and submit. A 7-colored glow. For this one, we're going to take the left split just past the Whale Lord on the seafloor. Once you're on the seafloor, you're going to take a look around for a Starmie hiding in the sand. There's going to be 3 of them. You only need 1. And you're going to throw a Lumina Orb at him. Now we're going to move on to the end of the level by the last Crystal Bloom. Once you're here, take a look on your left and you should see a Crystal Bloom. Throw a Lumina Orb at it. Now we're just going to stare at it for a minute and Starmie's going to pop up. There we go. You can zoom in to slow down if you're a little far. When Starmie comes to a standstill, throw another Lumina Orb at the Crystal Bloom. Oop, keep missing. There we go. Now take a picture of Starmie's reaction. Now you can quit and submit. A Sunlit Cave. For this one, make sure you're on research level 2. Cannot be done on any other level. We're going to keep an eye on this Clowitzer and follow her down by the cave so she could open it up for us. Once she's here, throw a Lumina Orb at her so she has enough power to break down the rocks. There we go. Now we're going to scan and take this new alternate path. Now we're going to turbo boost forward so we don't miss the target. You'll see a bunch of Chinchows here. On the bottom left, you'll see one starting to move forward. There she is. Throw a Lumina Orb at her. And now you're going to follow her into this sunlit cavern over here on the left. Do not turbo boost. You will be there too soon. Zoom in so you go slower. Once she's there, all the other Chinchou are going to follow. There we go. The reason we want to go slow is so that all of them have enough time to get theirs and we can take a nice picture with all of them in there. Once all the Chinchou are together, you're going to throw a Lumina Orb at the Crystal Bloom. And take a photo. Now you can quit and submit. Favorite hangout spot. This one's going to be done right at the beginning. You're going to look to your right, and then just past these rocks, there's going to be 2 Love Discs sitting on a Corsola. There you go. You're going to take a picture of the Love Disc. I can quit and submit. Golisopod Training. For this one, we're going to take the left split and go by the ruins. Once you're here, you want to keep an eye on this Golisopod on your left. A Clawitzer should show up momentarily. There we go. Now we're going to throw an Lumina Orb at Clawitzer before he fires. There we go. If you don't hit him before he fires, you'll have to restart. With the Illumina Orb, he has enough power to wake up Golisopod. Now we're just going to follow him over to the next Golisopod. And they should start fighting. Take a picture of both of them fighting with both in frame. There we go. Now you can quit and submit. Lucky 4-leaf clover. For this one, we're going to stay on the main path and go to the end of the level where we begin to ascend. Once you're here, there should be 2 crystal bloom. The first one's going to be right in front of you. This one. When you throw an Illumina Orb at it, it'll draw 2 love discs to it. The one you want is behind you. It's going to draw 4 love discs to it. There it is. Throw Illumina Orb at it, and 4 love discs come. Once they're together, play some music. Now you can take a picture, quit and submit. Ready, aim, fire. For this one, make sure you have your research level set to level 2. This cannot be done on level 3. And then we're going to move on to the caves on the main path. Once you're here, you should see 2 clawitzers begin to fight. You want to throw an Illumina Orb at one and take a picture of a charged shot with both in the photograph. Both must be in the photo. There you go. Now you can quit and submit. Seafloor Roar. For this one, we're going to take the left split just before the Whale Lord. Once you start descending, you should see Sharpedo start to circle you. That'll signify that a lantern is not far away. There we go. Now we're going to throw an Illumina Orb at the lantern. Perfect. It's going to swim away. And the Sharpedo is going to follow. Now the Whale Lord will swim up, and you want to keep an eye on these Frillish. Once the Whale Lord is past, these Frillish will be capturing the lantern. There we go. Now we're going to throw another Illumina Orb at lantern to help him escape. Perfect. Now you're going to do a 180. Perfect. And keep an eye on the floor for lantern. There he is. Going to swim off to the right. Now this will open up this pathway for us. Now we could scan and go in here. Once you're in, take a look at the top right corner. There should be a sleeping Magikarp with a crystal bloom next to it. It's a little difficult to see. You want to hit the crystal bloom. Perfect. And then you want to hit this other crystal bloom. And now we have Lugia awake. At this point, be ready. You want to throw a lot of Fluff Fruit at Lugia and just keep throwing until he's past you. There we go. Now we're going to follow him over. Once you get to this point with Golisopod on your right and Lantern on your left, look in the middle and Lugia should be swimming back. Now look up and start throwing Fluff Fruit again until Lugia passes you. There we go. If Lugia does a twist as he passes, you've done it right. Now be prepared to take a picture. If Lugia does not do a twist as he passes you, you'll have to restart and try again. There we go. He's swimming back. Gonna do a little pause. And now he's gonna roar. Perfect. Take a picture of that. Now you can quit and submit. Ya Inf-later. This one's gonna be done on the main path in the cave. Once you're here, you should see a quillfish right in front of you. Want to get a little bit closer. Play some music. And throw a Fluff Fruit at him when he inflates. Now he's going to start darting around. Be ready to take a picture zoomed out. There we go. There. I can quit and submit. Stirring Up Starmie. For this one, you're going to go to the left splitting path on the seafloor just past the Whale Lord. Once you're here, keep an eye on the floor for Starmie's red gem popping out. What you're going to do is you're going to find the closest Lumineon and throw Fluff Fruit to lure her or him by Starmie. And then Lumineon's going to do a little spin. You're going to take a picture of that. Now you can quit and submit. Swimming Clamperl. For this one, you're going to go to the left splitting path on the seafloor just past the Whale Lord. Once you're here, you should see a Luminion and a Clamperl. You want to throw a fluff root so the Luminion comes next to the Clamperl. This will scare Clamperl and he'll start swimming. There we go. Once he starts swimming, you just want to take a picture of that. Now you can quit and submit. To the bottom of the sea. For this one, we're going to stay on the main path, and I'll see you right past the seaweed. Once you're here, you should see a whale mare in front of you. Throw a fluff root at him to chase him away. There we go. Now we're going to focus on these Aloma Momola. You're going to throw a fluff root at the front one. Now he's in the back, but it's going to be this first one. If you hit both, that's fine. That'll work just as well. But you want to hit this one right over here. There we go. Now we're just going to follow them for a moment. One's going to split off, and the other's going to go to this little area of the cave. Perfect. Now a Frillish should appear from behind. Once you see Frillish, we're going to throw another fluff root at Aloma Momola so she doesn't run away. Now Frillish is going to come by and give him a hug. Now take a picture of both with the focus being on Frillish. There we go. Now you can quit and submit. Underwater ballroom dancing. For this one, make sure that you have your research level set to level 2. It cannot be done on any other level. It's going to be done throughout the stage as well. First thing we're going to do is we're going to follow this Clawitzer. He's going to come over by the cave. Once he's by the cave, throw a Illumina Orb at him. This will power him up so he can break down the rocks. Now scan and take this new path. Now we're going to move on to the area where you begin descending. Once you're here, you want to take a look at these 3 tentacruel and find the male. You can zoom in and then it'll show you the gender. Oh, this last one is right below us, so we just need to wait for the camera to move. There we go. This should be male. Now we throw a Illumina Orb at it. Now we're going to move on to the end of the stage. Once you're at the end, on your left you should see Tentacruel and Frillish standing together. Play some music and they should start dancing. Take a picture of Tentacruel, now you can quit and submit. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out the rest of my guides in the description below, or you can click on the playlist on your screen. If you want to see the latest videos, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time.